Hello Fishhead friends, Joe here. So today we're going to open up my Sunsun 704B and see what it looks like inside. I checked back on my videos to see how long I've had it. I've had this running for about 3.5 months, which actually kind of shocked me. I felt like it was closer to 5 or 6, but I lose track of time in the winter, so, you know. So 3 months it's been running. I've opened it up once to check it out, I think after 3 or 4 weeks, just to see what was going on. So overall, I've been super happy with this filter. It runs very quiet. Every now and then you can kind of hear water kind of chugging around, and sometimes air just builds up in there. Up at the top, so all you gotta do is just tilt it back and forth a little bit and it kind of purges all the air out and no problem. I've been watching Sunsuns on Amazon and on YouTube and stuff for 2 or 3 years. They came very highly recommended. As soon as I got this one, it started coming out that the UV sterilizer was starting to break down the plastics on the inside, because I do use cheap thin plastic. Compared to the Aquatops, which is the sister brand. Same design and everything, just cheaper plastics. So to get around that, I turn mine on for a day or two every couple weeks. I figure that helps, and if there's a problem in the tank that a UV sterilizer will help, then I can turn it on when I really need it. So overall, I've been super happy with it. To get it detached here, you unplug it. There's just a quick release valve that keeps the hoses full, and that's great. It does drip a tiny bit, which is fine. I just have a towel under it right now. Right now I have it sitting in just a plastic drawer from a drawer system, and under my fish tank in the stand I have it sitting in one of these as well. So I've not had it leak at all. Actually, take that back. It leaked the first day, but that just required tightening up a hose. So let's see if I can get these off. You know, I'm just going to pause it, because with this being the thinner, cheaper plastic, I do want to be careful. You do have to kind of use some force for this, so hang tight for 1 sec. Alright, so that actually came off super easy. You take these off first, and then you evenly lift these up on both sides, and that lifts the whole top off. So no problem there. This whole process is probably going to be pretty tough one-handed. So now when you take it out, the UV sterilizer goes down through the whole thing, through the baskets. It's not a tight fit by any means, but you do have to be careful not to just, you know, crank it and reef it out. So I'll just lift this up here. There's the sterilizer, looking good, no problems there. As far as I can tell, it works just fine. Water builds up in the whole head system there. You can see it's running out. Alright, let me just set this down out of the way. Make sure it's safely set there. Alrighty. I might need another basket or something. Alright, so. Sorry, improvising here. I'm just going to bring this over here. Alrighty. So now most of what I have in here is those plastic pot scrubbers from the dollar store. This top tray comes out and just holds everything compressed down. You can see it's holding a fair bit of debris up in these. I don't have any of the filter pads in here. I have a sponge, a pre-filter on the intake. I was hoping it would collect a little more, but it's a very coarse sponge, so it doesn't actually collect that much. I just did a water change and squeezed it out, and it collected some, but it doesn't stop much. So I am going to put in one of the filter pads that it comes with, just to see how that affects it. Oh, and it is very important, the orientation of these baskets, because the sterilizer goes down through this hole, and you see right here this little piece. It's a magnetic safety system, so the top has to go on a specific way, so everything just lines up. So it's still pretty easy to figure out, but just remember which way the baskets go in. The baskets do kind of latch together a bit. Not very secure. They don't come out in one piece. There we go. Get most of that out. So I'll just stack that there. Get the floor a little wet, no problem. Let's see. Oh, so in this basket, this is some Chemi Pure Blue, I think. Yeah. Or Pure. No, that's Purigen, I think. And then, like I said, just these scrubbers. So I'm going to take this stuff out. Once I get the baskets out, so I'm going to kind of shake them off into this water. I don't have any tank water. I kind of forgot to do that. Forgot to save myself some. I just dumped it out. But that's okay. This one, a few more pot scrubbers. I have my old bio wheels from my old bio Marineland bio wheel filter, and then another another pouch of Purigen. I think there's some Chemi Pure Blue in here, some old sponges. When I set this up, I was just throwing in whatever I had around to keep it cycled. This one, another, oh, there's the Chemi Pure Blue, I'm pretty sure. These are looking pretty good. They have some debris on them, but nothing I'm worried about. It looks fine to me. This should be the last one. There we go. So again, still not too dirty. And if you watched my my entry for IFG's 5K giveaway, you see that I have plenty of other filtration in this tank. I have, that's it. Oh boy, there's a fair amount of sand in there, which doesn't super surprise me. I mean, that coarse sponge, that's part of the reason why I have that sponge on there, is to stop the sand from going up. So, you know, pretty murky water, a lot of debris in there, just doing its job. That's good. I'm happy to see that. I like the way the baskets look, not super dirty after 3 months. I've been feeding super heavy pretty much the last 3 months, because I've been kind of excited for the fry to grow up. The juvies now, they're growing up, so yeah, I'm very happy with this filter. I'm going to dump this water out and reset the baskets, and I'll show you how I reset them. Alright, hang tight. Okay, so just dumped the water, show you how much sand I have in there. Not actually quite as much as I thought I was feeling, but still a fair bit. And I don't know if you can see it super clearly. I have this distinct ring right here, and that's from the UV sterilizer just after 3 months. That is a little concerning to me, actually. And like I said, I don't run it all that much, so I'm going to really keep an eye on that and maybe use it even less. You know, when I got this filter, it's mainly the price point and the reviews. I've never used a UV sterilizer in the past, and I'm okay with not using it that much, so I'm going to adjust that, my usage of that. My next step is in my cichlid, my aquarium box. I received these Fluval bio rings, and I believe it was the Pond Guru suggested putting something like this in the bottom of the canisters, and I think he even meant specifically the Sunsuns, but maybe other ones. You can see these tabs right here. That's where the baskets sit on, and the thought of putting these down there is more biological space there, but also it breaks up the flow of the debris and makes it settle, I guess. I have them. They came in my aquarium box, which was pretty cool. So I'm going to try it, and you know, in another 3 months I'll open this up again and see what happens. So, alright, hang tight. Okay, so I just reset tray number 1. I dumped out the Pot scrubbers, I put down a filter pad like this on the bottom. Then I layered it with some of the pot scrubbers and put another one of these on to hold the pot scrubbers down. Because when this is full, if I'm just checking it or doing some maintenance or something, as I put them back down into the water, the pot scrubbers float up, which is kind of tough to deal with. So hopefully this helps out a little bit. And here's a look at the rings in there. Yeah, I got out as much sand as I could. There's not that much in there, so I think that'll be okay. Alright, let's get this one set in here. Again, same orientation, because I have this magnetic thing there, and the hole kind of opposite of that. Alright, so I'll pause you again, I'll set up the other baskets, and I'll show you the finished product of that. Okay, so I got them all loaded now. Alright, so let's see. I think next I'm going to add in this basket, which I took out all the pot scrubbers out of everything and reorganized it. This is just the ChemiPure Blue, ChemiPure Blue's in here somewhere, Purigen, Old Sponge, my Bio Wheels. This sponge is a good 10 years old maybe, and been running non-stop. Kind of fun fact, I guess. I get a kick out of it every time I see it and forget that it's in a filter. So, let's see, got the hole lined up right. Throw that one down in there. Have a nice little, nice little push down, latches the baskets together a little bit. There we go. That was it. My I'm working on my washer, and the door keeps popping down. So this basket I'm going to put on top. This is just the pot scrubbers, and this one I used, where'd the box go? Sorry about that. I used this National Geographic's Bio Ball Media, little ceramic balls. Took a little bit of rinsing. They're pretty small. They're not super small. Ooh, not focusing. Not super small, but took a fair bit of rinsing, kind of gritty, not a big deal. So I'm going to put that one in next now. These are kind of packed full, so I'm giving them a good push down. And then cap it off with this one. And put the cap back on. Oh boy, this might be overstuffed now. Alright, I'm going to pause and check this out for a sec. Okay, so I readjusted a few things. I had to take a few of these out. I had them in the tray standing up like this. I just had to lay them down and use just a single layer. Not a big deal. Now that I have it on the ground, if you just push it down, you can see these wings go down, and then you just kind of clip them in, which I can't do one-handed. Okay, so it's all set, shut. Now when I get it back upstairs, I'll plug but when I get back upstairs, actually I have to get it under the stand, take the top back off, and then fill it up with water. So otherwise I will be stuck priming this entire thing with this button. If you push it down, it just kind of forces air through the system. So I suggest filling it up to about here with water, or like with the top off. You'll kind of see what a good point is. Fill it up with water, tank water of course. I'm just going to siphon a little bit out of my tank, back into there. Reattach these, it's super simple. That stuff maybe I'll show you another day. This video is getting super long, and also my wife is sleeping on the couch waiting for me to go to bed. It is probably 11 o'clock or so right now, so you know, I gotta stay quiet upstairs. Yeah, so that should be all there is. Overall, I'm still super happy with this. I'll change it again check it again in another 3 months or so. And that is all I got. So, have a good night, guys. Talk to you later.